Hello and welcome to another episode of the FPL Hangover podcast, where we raise the bar in order to own all things FPL related. We are coming to you on the 22nd of November. Game week 12 is finished, and I hope you have your seatbelts fastened, because it's going to be a bumpy ride from here on till the end of the year. There is a ton of FPL game weeks coming your way, and we'll be coming right alongside them. Here to talk a bit of game week 12 and some more FPL nonsense. I could only be joined with my podcast partner in crime, Paddy. How are you getting on, my friend?
I'm getting on great, and what an intro, Jer. What an intro. I love that. By the way, Jer, what gets longer when pulled?
A tape measure.
A seatbelt.
What
the fuck, I love it. But no, yeah, exactly, Jer. No, it's good to be back. It's good to be back.
How was your game week 12, Patrick?
Well, I guess I'll have to go the glass half full, and the other half I drank. It's look, it could have been worse. I didn't captain Salah. I captained Ronaldo.
So straight out the gate there, Paddy,
yeah.
You went, fuck this. Ronaldo's we talked about it last week, and we were kind of saying that if you had Ronaldo, he's a good shout, and you took that gamble.
Yeah, well, I did say I was always going to go, like, if I felt a really safe option, I would go that way. But whenever it would present itself, a chance to, maybe gain a little jump, I would take it. And I thought United against Watford was that little gamble. I knew everyone was going Salah. I thought, I'll go Ronaldo. Like, what's the worst that could happen, And but Ronaldo, Salah outscored him. But Jesus Christ, all I kept saying to myself was, it could have been 4. Salah could have got the 4, So
that must have been a nervy. Did you watch the Liverpool match?
No, I didn't. I had such a busy weekend. I didn't get to see much football at all, Jer. So I'm actually quite happy to be here. So you can pick my FPL team for me this week.
Yeah, exactly. So you didn't do your homework, and I'm here once again to pick up the pieces.
Yeah. But come here, look, I got 55 points. 2 below the average of 57. Cancelo 12, James 12. My transfer was steel. Remember, I got those steel handcuffs that that Seamus, coined beautifully.
So eloquently, yeah.
Yeah, it was good. I had Salah 8, Havertz 3, Rafinha didn't even play for me. Smith Rowe came on, shite. Ronaldo captain 10. I have a few issues in my team right now that we'll get to later on, and but all in all, look, it could have been worse. I'm a small red arrow, 100,000 places. So So I was I think 1.4. I'm now 1.499. Or so it's, I'm not going to say 199. A small red of 99,000 places. But it is what it is. Jer, how did you do?
I didn't do too bad, Paddy. Thank you for asking. I am going to say you very cleverly avoided the 1.5 million there. 1.4.99999. But I actually had a pretty decent game week. I got 82 points overall. Nothing massive. Salah, nothing irregular. Rudiger, Cancelo, Trent, they all came good. Salah getting the goal, and Gallagher getting an assist, and Tony with a goal, and Jimenez. So actually, I can't complain. That sees me move up to 35k, just outside 35k and 37 or something like that. So I'm happy to say that game week 12 was a success, and now I'm prepared to be absolutely shafted in game week 13, as is the norm in FPL.
What an amazing game week, though, huh?
Yeah, I guess. I suppose yourself. I try not to look at it, and then by the time Monday rolls around, I try not to look at it too much on the Sunday. But by the time Monday rolls around, if I'm working and the pod is there, it's just like, oh, okay. I guess I don't get to bask in it as much.
What's the award again?
35k. So
wow,
flying form. Plenty of time for it to go absolutely arseways.
Yeah, well, you're in a good place. What about? I know Seamus isn't here, but do we know how Seamus did? Nah. He must have had a bad game week. That's why he's not here, obviously.
Yeah, this must have been it. I'm going to say, exactly, Betty. I'm going to say he had a red arrow and he didn't even want to come on and defend himself. So, fuck him. I know he'd like to brag about a certain, bench popping up with a substantial score, but I'm not going to give him satisfaction.
No,
I'm not going to give him satisfaction.
no, don't give him the satisfaction for who was it came on
I'm not
for
going to
him?
say it. I'm not even going to say it. Don't even want to
He,
talk about it. I'm
he
too
got
sickened.
someone's points off the bench.
Yeah, Rudiger's, Paddy. It was
Yeah,
Rudiger's.
Rudiger's. He's got Rudiger. How did he not? Like, who did he start over Rudiger?
He had double Chelsea defence. I'm not going to go into it. I'm not having this conversation. If he was here, we'd have it, but he can fuck off.
Okay, he's not here.
He's been
so,
a family man. How dare you look after your family? But you mentioned there the Chelsea result already. Like that, they just keep on delivering, don't they? Rudiger goal, James assist, Chilwell assist as well. Was it double? I know the James one was absolutely ridiculous. But why the fuck have I got game week 12 on this?
Premium defense, huh? Big at the back is back.
It is. Well, I mean, it definitely is this season. There's some crazy options kind of popping out. Or not popping out, but just consistently delivering double digits. Like we mentioned there, the Chelsea match, Chilwell, James assist, Rudiger goal, even Mendy in with 3 saves, getting a healthy return. There's just no stopping it. Who are you on in Chelsea defense, Paddy?
I have James.
Okay, so you're happy. Are you happy with just the one? Do you think it's time?
Yeah, well,
the whole Chilwell, James, Rudiger debacle. Like I'm sitting there with Rudiger, and I'm kind of wondering: do I need to make a sideways move to James or Chilwell, or do I just stick? Maybe get one double up. Like, what would you think, Paddy?
Well, like Rudiger's is it would feel really sideways. I mean, like James is performing, but sure, what Rudiger just got 12 points this week as well, or what did he get?
Rudiger got 14. He got
14. Well, then you're sitting on gold as well. I think.
But I think James is on like something like it's like 10 points per fucking appearance or something like that. It's a crazy stat. Like he's got something like 8 attacking returns in 8 games.
Last 4 games is incredible for a defender. Like 13 points, 21 points, 7 points, and 12 points. But that's not sustainable, obviously. And
isn't it?
Who doesn't say Rudiger now goes on and gets those points or gets a run like.
But it's like there's completely different. Yeah, but they're completely different positions. I mean, like the two fullbacks are so fucking attacking. Like Rudiger scored. Obviously, I think it's his second goal this season. But it was from a set play. His other one against Spurs was absolutely kind of mad. So I wouldn't be relying on Rudiger for attacking returns at all. But like, I just don't know if I need to get him out either because
is that your biggest problem? You think? Like, I mean, if you look around your team, like, is your biggest problem is you need to get James in instead of Rudiger, or you want to double up on the Chelsea defense? Is there nothing else there that's bothering you?
No, I mean, like, it's not my problem. Like, I'm pretty happy with my team. I'm just trying to think. Like it's just obviously. I suppose we've been talking about Chelsea defense for ages, but it's just a gift that keeps giving at the moment. And I suppose I'm kind of wondering, can I cover it with just Rudiger, or do I need to hop on the fullback situation?
Yeah, well, I'm like at the moment. You see, I don't know who I would get rid of for him because I have Cancelo, who's got me 14 and 12 points last 2 game weeks, and I'm quite happy having him at the nice price bracket of 6.6. I mean, like. He's my no, I can't say he's my Trent. I should get Trent in some way, but at the minute it's just impossible.
Well, that's the big issue. It's not impossible, by the way. I actually had a look at this before today.
It's a -4 away, isn't it?
Well, it's a -4 if you wanted them in this week, and I don't know if you I mean, they've got a decent fixture. Liverpool are playing Southampton. They're at home Southampton this week, and they've got like Everton, Wolves, Villa, and Newcastle in the next 4 after that. So they've got a really good run. But like I was looking at your team there, and for the podcast listeners, I think the way forward is Edouard out. And then turn a Cody into a Trent, because you have something like 1.6 in the bank.
Yeah, I have some money.
Yeah, and I think Edouard down to a 4.5 non-playing striker, and then pump up your defense a little bit. That'll leave you with a bit more as well that you could maybe invest more.
Do you know? I glanced at my team today on my lunch break, and do you know what? I was looking at? Before we had this chat, I was looking at Havertz out and Jota in.
Yeah. And
then maybe that also frees up some cash. I know Edouard also has to go. Like I'm looking at my team there, and I've got Havertz, Edouard, and I don't know about Rafinha. I might keep Rafinha. I mean, I don't feel like he's like bothering me that much being there, but I mean, those two at the moment are, and especially Havertz. I brought him in for this run.
The run's ended now.
Yeah, and he hasn't delivered.
No, and
And
I think
he's a
there's
lot of money there.
concerns. There's concerns about a knock that he may have picked up this week.
So
So that's very true. Like, you could make money there.
yeah, I could get him out. And then I'm also like, I'm looking over at Ronaldo. I really like, when's that Norwich fixture? Sorry, I don't mean to skip on too much, but it's game week 14, is it? Or
Norwich against United is game week
no,
16.
Norwich and Spurs. Sorry.
Oh, that's 15. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm also got an eye on like, I've got that like easy route to Kane. Like I couldn't believe the Kane and Son didn't punish people that don't have them this week. Because then look, it's a Twitter bubble. There was a lot of hype. Kane went nuts. We took the piss last week against San Marino and who was the other team?
Albania.
Like, and he scored shitload of goals, and we're like people were on wild cards if they were bringing Kane in or Son in.
Well, I brought Kane in.
Yeah, there you go. The fixtures have turned. So I was like, and he didn't he blanked. So
yeah, I mean, you didn't see the Spurs game, I take it.
No, I didn't. So enlighten me. Did he look good?
I wouldn't say he looked good. I don't think I thought the first half was obviously pretty abject from Spurs. I thought the second half, obviously they got I think was it 2 goals this week? Yeah. They got the 2 goals. Probably should have got a third. I think they hit the bar as well. But they got the 2 goals and 4 shots or something. Like, they seem to have maybe, like, they can build on it, is what I'm thinking. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. It wasn't like I was absolutely delighted. I went, oh, there we go, exactly what I thought. Kane fucking scores 2 goals, blah blah. No, it was far from that. But it also wasn't. Exactly, the new manager bounce, but it also wasn't absolutely kind of abject. It got a second half performance in the match, and yeah, I mean, I'm still okay with the Burnley Brentford Norwich up next. They do hold a spot for a premium striker, and as you mentioned, or as I mentioned, Norwich come to Old Trafford in game week, or they play United in game week 16, and I'll be looking to maybe attack United. I mean, we haven't talked about the elephant in the room here.
Another new manager bounce.
But yeah, the Michael Carrick effect.
Michael Carrick's clowns.
Yeah, what you make of the whole Ole thing briefly? Are you devastated?
Well, as a United fan, always kind of back the manager and stuff. He came in, he did what he could with a shit show. I think he's left the team in a better place for the next man coming in. I have no problem. I think he did have to go, and I'm cool with it. Lovely exit interview. I thought it was classy, and wish him all the best. And it just had to happen, didn't it? You can't. It's sackable. It's indefensible. But also, people are saying these players turn down tools and stuff like that. I don't know. Like, I just think they weren't. I just think it's gone stale.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. Like, with everything you said before that, I think I'd pretty much agree with you. And yeah, no, he's gone now. And from an FPL perspective, that kind of throws the United assets up into the air a little bit. Because I'll be honest with you, I'm not expecting things to drastically change between like the match gone and like the Watford match and the Chelsea match at the weekend. Like, obviously, Chelsea was always going to be a difficult fixture, especially away. But I'm just not expecting Carrick to have this sudden magic kind of fucking effect, and all of a sudden
same group of players there.
Arsenal, Crystal Palace after it. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if I just don't know how they completely change it. It's not like the
system is going to change that much either. Like, I mean, maybe he starts maybe Sancho more. He gives Donny a run. I mean, I don't know. Like, but I mean, it's completely up in the air at the minute. Like, looking at my team, I know, like, I've got Ronaldo. I'll probably end up keeping him for another game because I think I'd rather get rid of Havertz and and maybe Edouard. I don't know. I'm sure by the end of this podcast I'll have a clear picture. But at the moment, I'm undecided with where to go.
Well, I mean, there's Champions League this week, so
there's a lot to ponder.
Yeah, loads of European football, and I won't be even really thinking about it too much until Thursday, and see. Then you can see a bit more. I mean, Jota is suspected of a knock. As you said, Rafinha is currently yellow flagged.
Yeah.
For those of us who have Foden, I think if he plays midweek, he'll be a bit of a rotation risk at least for the weekend. So there's lots of things up in the air,
Yeah.
as there always bloody is. And
Yeah, and especially with the Champions League week, Jared, you just you know what I mean. You just don't know what's going to happen. But just looking at Rafinha there, like I mean, a lot of people have sold him before this this game week because of the fixture, and then on top of that, now he's flagged. I think a lot of people have probably sold him, and then I'm looking at him and thinking like, well, I'm definitely not selling him because I do like the next 3 fixtures for Leeds. That they're even dogfights for me. Maybe Leeds might, they could get beaten. I know they're not playing great form, but I mean, they're capable of scoring goals. And like with Brighton, and then Palace and Brentford at home. Brentford, I know their defense is good, but I mean, I just feel that they're fixtures that he could maybe do something. And so he's not a fire for me at the moment.
No, I mean, like, if he's ruled out for longer, I mean, it's just an illness apparently. So it's you'd imagine most of the time players will get over that in the week, and it's not a knock or anything like that. That might linger on. But as you said, I'm happy to keep for those fixtures. Brighton, who lost at the weekend in Stevie G's return to the Premier League as Aston Villa manager. So
that's right.
they'll be looking, to kind of maybe start steadying the ship a little bit. It's been a while since they won, and Crystal Palace, we know like that they conceded 3 to Burnley, I believe, this weekend. So I'm not exactly. I quite enjoy Crystal Palace, and I think they're going great forms this season. But I mean, defensively, I'm like, yeah, Leeds can get something there. And then Brentford, we also seen concede 3 this weekend. So I'm not too worried about the next 3 for Leeds, and hopefully Rafinha makes it back. Happy to let it sit there, but I would be more concerned with the likes like the likes of Jota and Foden and stuff. Like if you've all 3 of them, all of a sudden you're like, oh boy,
yeah, they're kind of rotationing. Speaking of Jota, he's in there more like I've seen a lot of people bringing him in and all, and they got rewarded this week. But is Firmino? Is it because of Firmino?
Firmino's injured for he's ruled out for the next. He was originally ruled out until mid-December. That was the theory, and now after Klopp's comments on Friday or Thursday, whatever day they did the presser, apparently like he's not too far away. He's only like maybe another game or 2. So people are kind of watching that. But I mean, I'm like, if Jota wasn't a potential injury doubt, I'd be if I'm going to monitor it, obviously watch how they go on the Champions League. But I could be looking at going the likes of Foden down to a Jota. Just it's just one of those weeks where it all depends on the minutes in Europe for me and how I approach the next week. Maybe I just roll the transfer and just see what way it goes. But I don't want to focus on my own team too much. Jimenez, I do have him, so I'm not going to complain. But he's a man on form. 3 goals and 3 assists, I think, in the last 5 matches or something like that. I can't remember. And he's delivered an 8-pointer this week. He's been always kind of lovingly known as the postman since he's starting in the Premier League, and he's starting to kind of get back to that steady Eddie.
Yeah. He was always Mr. Reliable. He chucked along. It was always like an assist here, a goal here. You got what you saw on the tin, like.
Yeah, and Wolves have decent, like they have Norwich this week, and then they have Burnley the week after. So, I mean, that's pretty decent.
Why didn't I start fucking Cody this week?
I don't know.
Like,
I mean, they were playing West Ham. They were playing West Ham, Paddy.
Yeah, and I had Antonio. Yeah, okay. I'm absolving myself from that.
Yeah, well, you mentioned another one there. I mean, just before we move off of Jimenez, I'm obviously very happy to keep him for the next 2. I don't know if I would be jumping on him right now, especially if I wasn't didn't have a wild card or something like that, where I'm just like actually planning long term for the Christmas. I think their fixtures are they've after the next 2, game week 15 they have Liverpool, game week 16 City, then an away match to Brighton, then home to Chelsea, and that's just the next 6 weeks. So I don't know, not expecting a rake there, but happy to hold on for the next 2. But you mentioned Antonio there.
That's another one.
Yeah, I jumped off him last week and I switched to Tony. Tony scored this week, so
brilliant.
Antonio's blanked in the last 2. I'm currently up, but I was sweating it this week. I thought, West Ham were going to beat Wolves. And as a current Antonio owner, are you starting to doubt it? What's it looking
Well,
like?
they've Man City this week, don't they?
Yeah, they are away to City. Then they have Brighton,
Yeah.
Chelsea, and Burnley in the next all the next
It's
4.
just the effective ownership, like it would crush me. He's still highly owned, isn't he?
Uh,
Antonio.
oh yeah, he's still pretty heavily. Although I believe he's like the most transferred out.
62% effective ownership at
Yeah.
the moment. So, it's one of those ones where I'd need to grow a big set of bollocks, wouldn't I? Especially where I am with my rank. I'm trying to play a bit of ABC here.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's a tough one. Look, my main concern at the moment is I need to get out. There's more fires there than Antonio, and the effective ownership means I'll be holding them. And does the fixtures kind of slightly improve after City? I think it's
No, I think
hit and miss.
it's kind of hit and miss. So they have City, Brighton, and Chelsea. In the next 3. So I mean, City and Chelsea are obviously 2 matches that you wouldn't be holding out much hope for it, even if Arsenal in game week 17.
But by God, they changed.
Well, yeah,
in a couple of weeks
to do, but that's
over the Christmas period.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, so
nuts.
do you advise if you were talking to someone, in your shoes right now, would you be in like the holds? Like, are you saying hold it, or are you saying Like, what are you thinking?
Well,
Come on.
if anyone's in my shoes right now and they did the whole, brought in the Havertz for that, that swing. I know a lot of people did, and a lot of people still have Havertz in their team. I mean, I think I'd be more focused on getting him out, because of the money that he's got tied up in him. I think it could be spread around the team a wee bit more than the Antonio money. Like, I don't mind owning Antonio because of the effective ownership.
So, yeah, well, I mean, the ownership is massive in Antonio, and I do see the benefits.
Just
And I do.
8.2 million now, actually, Antonio. So there's quite a bit of money tied up in him too.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, the money wise, it isn't massively difference between Antonio.
Yeah,
and
I didn't realize that until I looked over there.
But it's not like there's other strikers banging down the doors. Like we said, Jimenez is obviously on form, but the fixtures turn in 2 weeks. So.
I think Antonio can score against anybody.
Yeah.
I think on his day, the West Ham get beat. Antonio still has a great chance of scoring.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I think that's so. For me, I'm holding him. I think I'm not going to get rid of him. I think I think anyone who has him in their team, he's probably he's not the biggest fire in your team at the moment. You probably we're going to let's be real. We're going into the Christmas period here. Your bench is going to need work maybe. This is one of the most important times where your bench gets utilized. And thank God, this last couple of weeks I've been actually rebuilding my bench. And now I'm actually might be the best bench in the world, but at least I have one. I have a bench now.
It's getting there. You have
so, yeah.
You were able to take that Rafinha injury this week and get ESR off your bench. So that always kind of counts for something. One thing I would say, and you kind of put the thought in my head there when you were talking about coming into the Christmas period, is that obviously when West Ham's fixtures turn in game week 17 or 18, whatever it is, that home match against Norwich, that is also in the thick of it. Like, I think that's coming out of the the middle of December, like kind of in and around Christmas, St. Stephen's Day fixtures and stuff. So Mr. Hamstrings, but is that going to be a concern? I think for me, I'm already looking at the likes of Bowen, Benrahma, going back to Benrahma, and I know that there is other ways into West Ham. If I didn't want to go back to Antonio, that's kind of what I like about it. So maybe that's the way forward. Before we wrap up game week 12, Paddy, Watford, do we all need to get on them now? They just hammered Man United.
No, I don't think so. I think it's one of those shock results. I think they'll go back to being Watford next week again. I mean, come on, yeah, they beat United 4-1, but that's. Can I not say that's a freak result?
No, you can. You can say whatever you want, as you've proven time and time again.
Yeah, I know. I say it's true, but I mean, what's Watford's fixtures like? And
they're terrible. They have Leicester, who aren't doing too great themselves either, but Leicester, Chelsea, and City in the next 3.
No, well then no.
Yeah.
No, we don't. We just
I know. I just wanted to throw a curveball at you. I mean,
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. No, well, I took that curveball, so Yeah, I don't. We don't go there. It's fucked. It was a fucked up result.
Yeah, you did. You knocked it right out of the park.
Yeah.
Come here to me. Who are you captaining next week?
Yeah, I'm just looking at my bus team here. Go on ahead, finish. Where are you gonna?
You can't say that. That's copyrighted, man. We're
What?
gonna have to ask the cheaters. Can we?
Oh fuck. Yeah, it's okay.
Fuck's sake.
It'll be okay.
Fuck's sake. I'll bleep it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're looking at your bus team. Tell me who your captain is for next
Yeah,
week.
let's have a quick look at this. Oh, the captaincy's on Salah. Surprise, surprise.
Shocker. I didn't even think you had to
Shocker.
fucking look at your team for that. I was like, come on, Paddy.
Yeah.
It's going nowhere.
The bench. I'm starting Smith Rowe this week.
Mm-hmm.
And Buemo drops to the bench.
The bench.
Livramento.
Yeah.
The bench. Livramento drops to the bench. The defense is looking okay. No, actually, I don't know. It's not. I've got Cancelo, who's playing West Ham. I've got James, who's playing United.
You'd be taking Cancelo against West Ham, no?
Yeah, well, I've got Antonio EC starting as well, so it's like a...
Yeah, I hate that when you're... But I mean, look, as you said, Antonio can score against anyone.
It's a 50-50. And Cancelo could assist.
Yeah, it is absolutely class fucking assist this week. Nearly got another one. I think, I can't remember who was at the back post, but he could have got two. And, yeah...
Rafinha starting at the moment, yeah, obviously, as well, so...
Yeah, so that'll obviously depend on any team news that comes out of the Leeds camp by the end of the week. But yeah, we're going to have to look at getting Cody to Trent. I'm sorry, Paddy. I mean, like,
yeah. Well, Cody's actually really reliable, and
oh, fuck off! If he was so reliable, he would be starting.
4.5, and like he has been shite. Just looking back, this last couple of weeks. Yeah, Cody has to go to Trent. It's a no-brainer. Then I'll have a lovely three at the back of Trent, James, and Cancelo.
Yeah, well, maybe. Let's see if we get you there first.
Yeah, we'll see.
I wouldn't be too dissimilar. I'm going to be, obviously, I think the vast majority are going to be captain and Salah this weekend, and I'll be no different. Nothing, like, I mean, I'm pretty actually happy to have, like, Jimenez against Norwich. That kind of just fell out of nowhere to me. I'm like, what? But yeah, I won't worry too much, and I'll be keeping a close eye on the European fixtures and seeing how they go. Before we wrap up the show, it's a nice and short one this week. Tell me about the mini league, Paddy, because we're going to go over there. And you did something similar last week, and I don't think I even maybe gave it enough credit because it kind of caught me on the hop. But absolutely, like, stats out the wazoo. So before you go into that, I'll let you pull it up, but I will remind anyone listening or watching, if you are actually on YouTube or whatever you're listening to on, be kind and drop us a like or a subscribe or whatever. Get the name out there. Get your grandmother involved. Whatever you want. But I would like to remind everyone about the December competition. We've reopened the mini league, at least for another week or so, and there's going to be basically a bunch of merch given out to whoever wins the month of December. Now, that's not who's sitting on top in December. Yeah. It's whoever wins the month. And Paddy, you and Seamus had a little competition last week where you predicted the results and stuff.
Yes. Yeah, I forgot about this.
Yeah, now Seamus isn't here this week, so I'm going to pause it until next week. And it'll probably be less relevant. But I'd still like to see someone smirk wiped off their face in person. So I won't let Seamus get away with it yet. But I'll follow up on that next week. But remaining for this week, Paddy, you've got all of the deets on the mini league. How is it looking?
I do indeed. I'll tell you first of all that I don't know if we have a new league leader because I can't remember who the fuck it was last week. But
what the hell, man?
What?
It says it right there.
Yeah, was he the leader last week?
Yes, well, he's a red arrow into second place.
Oh, I don't have that on top. I don't have the top 10.
This is you're using pirated leagues. Pirated leagues is what you're doing.
Well, Donnie is top of the league.
Who's this now? Have I heard of this lad before?
Yeah, he's a casual player.
Oh yeah, no, I've never.
Yeah, but I might have to say, Donnie, you're a great role model for casuals all over the world. He's bluffed himself into 95 points this week. Like, how the fuck? He must have forgot to do his team or something like that, or got his,
Oh, I'd say,
make his transfers.
Yeah,
he done well. Yeah, don't know how
you've given this guy. I think I'm actually delighted. Like, he stuck it to you today. He's absolutely smashing it, and you threw that dirty C word at him a couple of episodes back.
Here, listen, I had a couple of beers in me, right, and a bit of tissue hanging off my knob
Oh,
that day, so I didn't know what
Jesus.
I didn't know what was going on that day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
Uh,
Just a
but
regular
Donny,
fucking Sunday, so.
yeah, just a regular Sunday. But Donny, fair play to you. You jammed 95 points this week. We have to hand it to you. What a guy! Like,
Yeah,
what
he
a
is.
guy.
Danny's in,
Okay.
in first place there, as you said, 95, grand total of 875. I think that's pushed him into the top 1K overall. So,
All right, right, yeah.
absolutely fucking smashing it.
Fuck, that's good for a casual.
Exactly. Emil Smith Joe, he's moved down to second place. Spreadsheet Warriors in third. Baker's Beauties in fourth. FPL Dad in fifth. Trevor B in sixth. Your Man in Mexico, number 7. Harold's Crossers 8. The Rubber Duckies 9. And Pam Walker, Spam Walker herself, moving up into 10th. That's the top 10 there. And
That's an impressive top 10.
yeah, it's very good.
Yeah.
It's tight. Like there's not a lot between. I'm gonna say between me and the top, and that's a good 52 points, and I'm in 14th. So
Wow.
I haven't written myself off yet.
Well, I've definitely written myself off because in front of my stat sheet here, it tells me that this game week I beat 14 people in your league.
Oh, that's very
Yeah.
bad. Yeah, no, you
Yeah.
you said you had a good week, and I was like, oh, maybe you did, and I'm just looking at it in the context of the mini league because
I did not say I had a good week.
you did. You said I'm looking at it
I
half
said
full.
it could have been worse.
Maybe.
All right.
I was
Yeah,
expecting to be
there's
more
a fucking
upset.
difference, all right?
I-
It's a fucking difference. Anyway, can I slag someone on your fucking league or not?
In our league, this is FPL Hangover.
In your league?
Yes,
Yeah.
you can slag whoever the fuck you want.
Yeah, well, I want to, first of all, Donny, well done. You're the manager of the week. 95 points. Nobody beat you, So that's quite good for a casual. We also, this guy called Andrew Kennedy, I don't know who the fuck he is.
He's a mate.
I don't know
He's
who
a
he
mate
is.
of mine, actually.
Oh, great. That's even better because he got 23 points this week.
Ooh, that's a tough week.
How did he do so bad? Like,
I guess sometimes all of the stars work against you.
yeah, there you go.
That is
Well,
pretty fucking shit, though. That's
that
shocking.
is dire.
Yeah.
I would just delete
Delete the
fucking
team.
app.
You think?
Yeah,
Okay.
delete the team. Start over.
Start again.
You'd probably still do better. Anyway, the highest risers.
He's probably ahead of you overall, is he?
Yeah, but but not with that score. No, we couldn't. Be. Couldn't be. No.
Go on anyway. Go on.
The highest risers and the highest riser in your league this week and went up 19 places. Very impressive. Harry Cooper.
Excellent.
So whoever the fuck Harry Cooper is,
What was his grand
well
total?
done. I don't know what his grand total is. He was up 19 positions.
Yeah.
So well done, Harry. Fruity FC, Alan.
A past
the
winner.
UK
A past winner of the league, I might say.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, he is the biggest follower this week. So
The biggest
sorry
what?
about that.
Oh, fall. Oh, shit.
yeah, he fell 19 places. So he dropped like a fucking stone. Overall, risers and followers. Dave Malani or Mullane, or do you know him?
Probably. I don't know.
Anyway, he's doing great, but well done. Anyway, most points on the bench this week goes to Rabib Sharia. Now, I've totally butchered that name.
We'll forgive you.
But,
English isn't your first language. You're from Donegal.
No, it's not. Yeah, exactly. So, 21 points there. And, oh my God, I've just seen something. Because I was all excited to announce, there's only one person in your league that has Tyrone Mings in their team, right? And he scored 15 points this week. And like
Tyrone Mings or the manager?
Yeah, Tyrone Mings.
Oh.
There's only one manager in your league that has Tyrone Mings in their team. 15 points. It's down as the best differential. And I was like, oh my God, how exciting! That's pretty cool. Like, and then I see that it's Rahib Sharia who's got him on his bench, and he's managed to add up that total of 21 points. So well done to him.
Fuck. All right.
Last little thing here. This is one of my favorites. It's the best and worst transfers. Boat in a Coat, managed by Eric Brasspenning.
Yeah.
22 points he brought into his team. He made a -4 as well, and he got rid of Good. Who the fuck's Good? Goode? Goode? Anyway,
I don't know.
even
Must be some
fucking
4
know
point.
who that FPL player is. Yeah,
Some
must be
4.4
fodder.
nobody,
Absolute
yeah.
fodder. He got rid of him. He got rid of Aubameyang, and he got rid of Markel, whatever.
I need to get rid of
And
myself.
so, he brought in Armstrong 5 points. He brought in James 12 points, and he brought in Cancelo 12 points. So well done. That was amazing.
Boom. That's a successful fucking week's transfers
Yeah.
right there.
And unlucky to Rohan Agarwal. Sorry again for pronouncing your name. Well, I'm not really sorry, but anyway. He lost 16 points. Do you want to know what he did? Oh,
Tell me.
tell you.
He transferred out
He,
James.
he transferred out Barnes for 0 points.
Okay.
And he transferred out Dennis from Watford.
That's
yeah, and he brought in Davies 0, and he brought in Antonio, and he took a -4 to do that. Antonio was a bit of a weird one.
Well, he was against Wolves. Like I was particularly afraid of that.
Casual transfers.
We're gonna have to make a section this week where we just have Paddy butchering people. So, actually, before we go, because just considering how freely you're throwing out the word casual, there was a comment after some of your remarks last week. Left a regular listener of the show, Nuclear Atoms. You picked on you gave him a bit of shit last week, I believe.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Do you remember what that was about?
Can't remember now.
Yeah, I think it was you probably thrown the C word out there as well. But he got back on, and he just wanted to let you know. Oh, he was worst transfers last week. That's what it was.
That was it. Yeah.
He got back on and he said, worst transfers. The 1 million club manager don't know what he's talking about these days. So,
well, I deserve that, don't I?
So there you go. I'm just saying.
Well, what's his overall rank at the moment?
It's better than yours anyway. I'll say that much.
Well, Betty. Well, I'm gonna fucking check that out.
Yeah, you can. And if I'm wrong and it's not the case, then we'll get back on it next week. So if anyone else has any comments that they'd like Paddy to see, feel free to throw them below. If he's insulted anyone, again, feel free to have your say down below in the comment section, and I'll make sure he gets the notifications next week. Before we leave everyone, Patrick, do you want to offer the details? Where can everyone find you? The deets.
You can get me at fplviking_ on Twitter, and you get me at the Viking Dippers on Instagram. So there are the two.
Excellent. And I forgot to mention, actually, going back to the mini league for a second, if you do want to join, the code is PC0861. PC0861. But yeah, that's where you can find Paddy. Instagram, Twitter, they're everywhere. They're linked in the description below as well, so you don't even have to remember this bit. I don't even know why we do it. I could just say.
And Jared, where do we find you?
Oh well, I'm everywhere. I'm omnipotent. No. There's a pill for that. No, I am on Twitter, FPL Hangover. If you want to reach out to us, that's where you can find me, at FPL Hangover.
Are you schizophrenic or what?
I don't know.
It's just.
But I'll just skip.
You can reach out to us.
Oh, us. Well, there's fucking Seamus there as well.
Well, he's got his own fucking Twitter account, doesn't he?
He does, but he also has access to this one. So if I'm not around, if I go, Seamus, I'm taking a day off, he swoops in, reads all my DMs.
You never take a day off. You never take a day off.
But if it's happened once, then it might happen again.
And then there was complaints.
Yeah, and if you don't want to trust Seamus with the Twitter, you can send us directly an email at fplhangover@gmail.com. So that's where you can find us. You know where to find Paddy, as I said. They'll all be linked below. I hope everyone enjoys their game week 13. Remember just that, it's just 1 week of a bunch of them that are going to come thick and fast. So don't dwell on anything too long. And most importantly, God bless.